crunchy.com, where I help mamas balance their hormones, lose the baby weight, and finally feel vibrant again, because being a mom does not mean that you're destined to feel like crap. And today we're going to talk about a slightly different topic. It'll be more about the mind and the soul piece rather than the body, which we focus on a lot. With the holidays coming up, it felt really heavy on my heart to talk about emotions during the holidays and how it's okay to be sad and how to navigate the holidays if you're sad or if you're grieving. I have invited my son Logan to be with us. He would be 2.5 had he survived, and the holidays are always a mixed bag for us. So I wanted to give you some tips as someone who has gone through the holidays a couple of times grieving losing my son, and hopefully it will help you to navigate being sad during this time of year. Tip number 1 is embrace and. Now, this was a really foreign concept to me for a long time, where I thought, well, I'm happy, but I'm sad because of this. And the reality is you can feel more than one emotion that seem to be completely opposite at one time. An example would be, I'm so grateful that my family are all here to celebrate Thanksgiving, and I am devastated that my son isn't here to celebrate with us as well. We have a very broad emotional range, and we can feel all of them, and it's okay to feel all of them. So embrace that and. I'm happy and I'm sad, all at the same time. The second tip is that it's okay to say no. If somebody invites you to come to their house, go to a party, do something festive, and you are not feeling in the mood, say no. In fact, if it's not a hard yes, say no. Just say no. Tip number 3, which is to piggyback off of tip number 2, is it's okay to change your mind. You may have said, yes, I will absolutely come to your cookie exchange party, and then you get to that day and realize I cannot be around people right now. I am too sad. I don't feel festive. It's okay to change your mind and to say, hey, I don't feel up to it. If you actually end up going somewhere and you find that it's too much or you quickly become exhausted, it's okay to leave early. In fact, my husband and I would set up a code word before we went anywhere. And it was different for every time, so I can't just say, oh, here's an example. But we would say that code word to each other, and we knew that it meant no long goodbyes. It is time to get out of here. And that has been really helpful, and we will probably bring that into this holiday season as well. Now I'm going to bring in some of the physical here. Eat what you love and leave what you like. Now, as a recovering emotional eater, when I'm sad or when I'm overwhelmed, I will eat. It's a way I buffer, it's a way I protect myself. And so for me, setting that boundary of I will only eat what I love and I will eat that until I am satisfied has helped me to kind of have bumper rails on my eating, because when I eat a lot of sugar, I actually don't feel good and I have more profound experiences of my grief. So it is sort of the mind-body connection here. Like if you are eating food that's not ideal for your body, it will make you feel worse. Even though immediately in the moment, you might think, oh, okay, this is taking the edge off of this experience. In the end, you are only hurting yourself. So eat what you love and leave what you like. Another mind-body piece, beware of alcohol. Again, this is a lot like sugar. It's something we can use to buffer. If you find yourself in a situation socially where you're feeling overwhelmed, alcohol might help you feel like you're taking the edge off. The problem is that it lowers our inhibitions. It's a nervous system depressant, so it actually will make you more sad in the long run. It can lead to dependence, which of course is a very scary thought. And if you think that you might be dependent, definitely please seek help. And It takes away our inhibition, so we're more likely to eat more and eat things that are not in our highest good. Plus, research shows you don't sleep as well when you've been drinking alcohol, and hangovers are awful. I don't know if you experience them, but I get them for days. So if you're still wanting to enjoy alcohol, which I'm not saying don't, just be really thoughtful about it and maybe have a glass of water and then a glass of alcohol and then a glass of water, just to really be thoughtful. Or if you don't want to drink it at all, I love to have sparkling water and I'll add a little bit of juice into it. Makes it nice and sweet, or I'll put a lemon or a lime on there, and people won't be asking me all night, oh, why aren't you drinking? But it feels a little more festive. So just some ideas to try and avoid alcohol, because that will help you to navigate this time when you're really sad. Eat before you go. This one helps me a lot. It's kind of like going to a grocery store when I'm hungry. All these things end up in my cart that I wasn't planning on, and they tend to not be healthy things. It's not like I'm saying, oh, broccoli sounds good, right? It's like, oh, these chocolate bars or these chips sound great. So I will eat even just a small healthy meal before I go to a party, and that way when I go there, if I'm hungry, I won't be as hungry, so I'm more likely to make wise choices for myself. So eat before you go. The next one is do something special. Every year we bring Logan's Molly bear, so it's a bear that's the length and weight that he was when he was born, with us to parties. We also bring his small urn and have that with us everywhere we go. It feels like a piece of him is with us, and it allows us to honor him and his space in our family, and that feels really special. We also have random act of kindness cards that we had made up, and throughout the holiday season we will do sweet things for strangers or neighbors in his name, and that feels really special, kind of like, oh, we're sprinkling kindness and love in his name. So find something that feels authentic to you, that you can incorporate the person that you're missing into this season. Next tip, it is okay to be sad. And trying to ignore that you're sad is not going to help anybody. So just embracing that you are sad. I love to journal, and I just write out how I'm feeling, what I'm missing, and if I find that getting it out of here and onto paper helps me to process it better. So I do highly recommend journaling if that's something that feels like it's honoring your experience. Or some people do art, some people make music, but do something that helps you to process those emotions, because it is okay to be sad this time of year. I know that it feels like we're being shoved happiness all the time, and the reality is that this time of year can be really lonely and really sad for some people, and that is okay. Last tip, it's okay to be happy. When Skylar was first born, I felt like I had just been inflated with happiness. I could not believe how happy I was. And immediately following on those coattails was guilt. Oh my gosh, but I miss Logan so much, and it felt like I was betraying him and his memory by being so happy. So it is also okay to be really, really happy this time of year. You can be happy and miss that person. So I am so excited to go into Skylar's first Thanksgiving and holiday season. And I am so devastated that her big brother won't be there with her and will never get to play with her. She'll never know what it's like to have him in her life. And that is devastating. So it's okay to be happy. You can experience all of those emotions at the same time. So in summation, it is okay to be sad, and I hope some of these tips are helpful for you to help navigate this time of year, which can be really difficult for people who are grieving. And I don't believe that grief ever goes away. We never get over it. I think life grows around our experience, and that core is always going to be there. I am always going to miss my son. So just know that I am sending you lots of love and hugs this time of year and always. And embrace how you're feeling. Don't run from it. And just know that whatever you feel is okay. In health and love and hugs, I will see you next week.